So again, the theme song is slightly remixed. It's more orchestral in this one. I don't hate it, but it's definitely not my favorite one. Except for one scene when Lori finally calls out Michael. Then the theme song hits and it's loud and it's awesome. Other than that, I don't really dig it. It's not my least favorite. Definitely not my favorite. Halloween H20 20 years later. This one is by far the sequel I love the most out of all of them. It's the closest to my heart. I remember when it came out, I didn't see it in theaters, I was too young. But the second it came out on VHS, it became the very first movie I ever rented at Blockbuster. I would rent it frequently, like a whole lot, up until so from about 99 to about 03. It would have became the very last movie I ever rented from Blockbuster. I remember that haul was Alien, Final Destination 2, and Halloween H20, 20 years later. So, I've seen this one so many times. This one, it's like, I guess I can get this out of the way now. It's like Scream or Scream 2 Urban Legend. I'm always in the mood to watch it. Doesn't even need to be Halloween for me to watch it. Like, if it's on TV, I'm watching it. You know. Or I just take it out of my collection and watch it, or just whatever. Like, I'm always ready to watch this one. Not like Part 6 where it depends. This one, I'm down to go. Speaking of Scream, this one gets a lot of Scream comparisons. I suppose I can see why, as producers on this were the same as Scream, the Weinsteins, yeah, both of them, yeah, and Kevin Williamson. And also, Chris Duran, who's Michael in this, was also Ghostface in Scream 2. I know a lot of people either love or hate Chris Duran in this. I think he's alright. I think he's a good Michael. You know. But he is hindered by 3 of the 4 different masks they use in this. There's the one that looks halfway decent, looks pretty good, like the one from Halloween 6, but they only use it for the opening because they didn't want to confuse the fans. Fans are smarter than you think they are, man. Then there's the alien mask, which is the one in that iconic scene where Michael and Laurie see each other for the first time in 20 years. And a few shots throughout the movie. Then there's the CGI mask. Usually past a certain point, I don't talk about CGI because it's not fair. But in this case, what the fuck was that? I remember back then, I didn't know anything about CGI. I was like, what just happened to Michael's mask? That was hideous. It's only in one scene, but it's noticeable. And it's the other mask they use. The one you see most often. It's alright, I guess. And this is the first one where you see Michael's eyes, which I've never been a fan of. I always prefer them like this. You know, pitch black, you don't see anything because he's purely and simply evil. Seeing his eyes makes him vulnerable. I guess you saw his eyes in part 5 as well when he cried, but I mean, that's like, that was for one scene. I didn't dig that either. Yes, we carried on into Resurrection, which I will be doing today. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but, you know, some things came up. Ooh, so I haven't worn one of these red ones in a while, though. But I'm fine now. And I might do Resurrection today or tomorrow when I do Rob Zombie's Halloween. Probably tomorrow. I'm still tired. But yeah. So this one doesn't play like a Halloween movie, which is one of the reasons people think it's more like a Scream movie, which it's not, despite all the stuff they have in common with it. Like Michael, he's just barely in it. Not like usual. Like, it's mostly Laurie, who at this point is disturbed. You know, she has full-on night terrors, drinking problems. She's not the best mother to her son now. She has a son, not a daughter. They undid that. I know there are theories out there where 4, 5, and 6 are canon. I believe she has 2 kids because it makes sense. She says in this movie she faked her death. That lines up perfectly with Lori dying in a car accident, like I said earlier. Yeah, she changed her name, had another kid. I'm not saying all that cult shit's part of the canon, but I'm saying she could have another kid, and maybe she saw on the news that her kid was killed by Michael. That'll mess you up. But yeah, she's going through stuff because she's certain Michael's coming back. There's no Dr. Loomis, but there is an opening narration by someone who does a real good Loomis. And he would do it again in a fan film a few years later. But I mean, yeah, this is her story. It was supposed to be the end, their final confrontation. Again. This makes what, the 3rd time at this point they tried to end the series? Okay. So, again with the Scream, like, this movie kind of messes up continuity for both franchises, because in Scream, we're watching Halloween, and in this one, not only is Chris Duran Michael, and he was screaming, he was Ghostface's Scream 2, but in one scene, somebody's watching Scream 2. I get it, that was a nod to say they appreciate what they did to Scream, but that kind of bugged me. And who's in it? Jamie Lee Curtis is back. You know, a lot of people came back in front of the screen and behind the screen. Like in front of the camera and behind the camera. Not John Carpenter. He's not coming back for like 3 more days. But yeah, it's supposed to be a big finale. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. You see a brief cameo from Loomis's nurse before she's killed. There's a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt in here where he's killed. I always like his kill, even though it's off screen. Like we know how Michael got those skates into his face. Josh Hartnett, this is his debut. Michelle Williams is in it, Jodie Lynn O'Keefe. And LL Cool J, who's supposed to be the comic relief. For the most part, that doesn't work for me. But there are some things, I'll admit, where I chuckled a bit. And I like him in this, even though he was much better in Deep Blue Sea. Especially as the comic relief. This one, he's a security guard who's trying to be a writer, and most of the time he's talking to his girl on the phone about ideas. And I think she's funnier than him. I want to hear more of her. And then, okay, so Laurie Strode's love interest, but it's like her 3rd one in this many films. He wound up accidentally shooting LL Cool J because he thought it was Michael. You can clearly see it wasn't Michael. LL Cool J survives. The black guy actually survives this time. He survives being shot in the head. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not like the other Halloween movies, and that's fine. It's not even, doesn't even take place in Haddonfield, Illinois. It's in California, at some college campus or whatever. I think all that's fine. It's not a Scream movie, despite the aforementioned comparisons and Chris Duran being in this and Scream 2, having some of the same producers. No, a Scream might have brought awareness back to the slasher film in the 90s, but Michael, he came back was like, you did a good job, but let the OG take it from here. And Chris Duran doesn't even move the same like he does his Ghostface. But granted, he's no Nick Castle, but he's alright. My notes real quick, so I covered everything. Before I get into that ending. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you know the story. 20 years later, Laurie's still disturbed. Michael comes back. This escalates to a fight between the two, and I love that fight. The whole 3rd act. It's not like when Loomis fought Myers, just beating him with a 2x4, screaming, die, until he passed out. No, it's just a full-on fight between these two, and it's awesome. Right up until that ending, which itself, I remember being surprised when I first saw it, like, what, really? They just killed him? Can they do that? Apparently not, because there's a sequel. And they put that one right out of the rest, didn't they? But it was such a good ending where he got decapitated. You know, because Jamie Lee Curtis was done at this point. Or so he thought. It's just like, how the hell bring him back? I cut his head off. No, they found a way, and it does kind of make you look at the ending a little bit differently. For clues, trying to give this film, trying to give the sequel more credit than it deserves. But no, watch this by itself. It's ending's great. Movies always gonna be great. I love this movie. My personal favorite of all the sequels. I give it a B. It's not a high kill count, which would usually be fine, but I could do it without the Lori's drinking. That's just me, you know. I get it though. But yeah, that's all.